I'm on a journey to get better, and I want to do it with you. And I'm not just focusing on physical health, I'm focusing on everything: emotional wellness, spirituality, finances, relationships, and so much more. Every week, it will be my personal goal to bring us, the world's leading healers, experts, and game changers, to share groundbreaking secrets and tips to getting better in all areas of life. Getting better isn't easy, but it's a whole lot easier when we can do it together. Welcome to Better Together with me, Maria Menounos. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Tuesday. What day is it? Wednesday?
It's a day.
It is a day. Happy day, everybody. I don't know what's going on, guys. Where are we?
We had a great moment the other night. One of our AfterBuzz hosts, they're like, we text them, they missed their show. They're like, where were you? They're like, you said it was on Friday. Did we change that? And like, it is Friday.
Stop it. I don't blame them. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
It really is. So happy Tuesday. It is officially April 14th, guys. We are 4 months into the year we all thought was going to be amazing and our best year ever. But I will say, I still believe this is going to be my best year ever. And I tell Kevin that at night, and he's like, yeah, okay, good. Okay, yeah. and I do believe that. And I am going to continue to put good energy towards that.
I'm just like, in my mind, I have this version of the I Believe song from Book of Mormon rolling through my brain.
Perfect.
Yeah, I believe that this year will be great for all of us.
And I believe that this too shall pass. And I believe that the coronavirus will go as quickly as it came, although that's what I pray for every night.
Yes.
So it's interesting to bring that up because our guest today is very much involved in her faith as well. Candace Cameron Bure will be on in just a few moments. And I know that she is a prayerful young woman. And so, every night when I pray, I ask for a swift resolution to this. I ask for the coronavirus to go as quickly as it came. I said, even magically, just let it disappear and let us be left with the positive changes and adjustments that have come from it, but allow us to rebound quickly into life. And so that's what I pray for every night.
I think it's so interesting because for me, I'm not the most religious person, but it's these times where it's kind of like you wish you had that extra oomph behind you, where you could have that belief in the back of your mind, and you could have that, empowerment from, your beliefs. And I think it's an interesting time that'll make a lot of people kind of self-reflect on their faith and on their beliefs.
Maybe find their faith again.
Possibly.
Yeah. I think, it's important to feel like you can even just prayer for me is like sending energy out too, right? Like I'm praying for the healthcare workers, the grocery workers, everyone who's putting their life at risk for us. And it feels like you're helping in a sense, because you're sending good energy out there. I know that when my mom and I were going through surgery, I knew we were getting a lot of good energy from people that had well wishes and prayers coming at us, and it helps. Energy vibrates. It goes out there. It makes a difference.
Well, again, even if you're more cynical like me, but if focus equals feeling, like if you're focusing on positive things at night and you're focusing on your family being healthy and you're focusing on these kind of things, it prevents you from focusing on the negatives, and it makes you enter the next day feeling more refreshed as opposed to spending all night worrying.
Yeah.
Right? So I've always been a proponent for the value of that, even with my own personal beliefs.
I love that. Jeff, any thoughts?
Yeah, I totally agree. It's when you were talking about good energy and the difference it can make. I've made a couple limited grocery store trips, but it's kind of inspiring to see grocery store workers working so hard. And I walked by a specific young guy covered in masks, gloves, just working. And everyone that passed by him and said, thank you so much for what you're doing.
I love that.
There's just, something really heartening. It's as hard as it is right now. People care about each other. And I was really seeing that at the grocery store.
I love that. Our quote of the day, guys: to have faith is to trust yourself to the water. When you swim, you don't grab hold of the water, because if you do, you will sink and drown. Instead, you relax and float. Alan Watts. Oh, I like that. That's really cool. So we are going to kind of shift our show a bit, and instead of chatting at the top, we are going to get right to it with Candace Cameron Bure because she's got a busy day despite the quarantine. Of course, you guys know her for her portrayal of DJ Tanner in Full House and its recent reincarnation, Fuller House, but she's also known for being the Hallmark Queen, including a dozen appearances as Aurora. Ladies and gentlemen, Candace Cameron Bure. How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
So great to see you.
You too.
You look so fab.
Thank you.
It's like quarantine
What a
fab.
hat does. It's the trick.
A little red
Makes
lip
everything-
and a hat, forget it.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you also have the added layer of being blonde and beautiful. It's like the blonde hair always is striking for people. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, every time I change my hair color a lot. I'm usually some shade of blonde or maybe a little reddish at times. But the brighter blonde I am, the more people are like, "Oh, it looks so good on you." But,
How has quarantine life been for you? I gave myself a pedicure for the first time in a long time today.
Yeah, I've given myself a few of those too, and they still don't look very good, my nails or my feet. But to be honest, like we're doing okay during quarantine. It's definitely changed everything, and life looks different. But I went literally from being an empty nester to having a full house again because all three of my kids are home, and
No pun intended.
just that alone has made me so happy.
I remember you talking about how sad it was to be an empty nester, and we were laughing because we're like, she's got a full house now. So
Yeah.
how has that been?
It's been really great. My daughter actually is moving back home. I say permanently, not forever. Like I maybe a year or something. I don't know, but we were quarantined together at the start, and then her lease is up on her apartment, and we're like, well, we don't know when this is going to end, so let's just move back home. And so that like makes mom happy. That makes me happy. And my boys are here, and we've just been cooking a lot. I mean, that's kind of what our day revolves around, is cooking lunch and dinner and going for walks in the neighborhood. And we have gotten a schedule down now. So we are doing things, and it's different from what we used to do, but after this 4-week period, we're respecting each other's space and time, and then have our schedule of what we do together. And so it's like we're doing it, and it's been good.
Are you guys doing family dinners together?
Oh yeah, lunch and dinner. So, I mean, there's no place to go. And my husband is this amazing chef. He's so good, and we all help and we all do things. So our day kind of revolves around, what are we making for lunch? What are we making for dinner? And then we sit and have both meals together. And sometimes we play board games. Sometimes we watch Netflix. Sometimes we just sit in the backyard and we have a little fire pit and just sit around and talk. So for quality family time, it's been amazing.
Isn't that amazing? Like, that is the best part for everybody that I've been talking to over these last few weeks, is the fact that we all get to spend time with our families. And before this, everybody was, workaholics, rushing around, ships passing in the night. And this has really forced some really special time together.
It really has. And I mean, you hit the nail on the head. That's pretty much my life and my husband's life. And we both travel so much, and our kids are older, so they still need us, but not in a daily, I have to take care of them kind of way. And this time together has been incredibly special. And I don't think we would have ever had this time had this not happened. And I'm a very positive person anyway, so I'm always looking at what positivity comes out from any trying circumstance, and this is one of them. I'm very grateful for it, and it certainly made all of us slow down, but has opened my eyes to what's most important, which I always say is my family. They are, but now realizing how much more time I can be spending has been really incredible, and really being present, because it's not just about the time. I'm home a lot, but I'm not always present with them because I'm thinking about the other projects I'm doing. I've got work on the brain, so it's sometimes hard to transition out of that mindset. And this has really been a good test for me
Yeah.
and my husband. And so for that, I'm grateful.
I love it. I think it's, they say it takes like 30 days to create a habit. So I'm hoping these habits will stay with us. I haven't had the opportunity to speak with an actor in this time. And I wonder, as I sit here with you, are you worried about when the business will be reopened? Like the world will reopen at some point to some degree, but my husband and I keep talking about like our industry and how that will reopen, right? You can't wear masks on set and gloves when you're acting.
No. I've had many conversations with my team, my production company, as well as all of the networks that I currently work with. And I mean, I was in the middle of a Hallmark production when we shut down and all came home because we were shooting that in Vancouver. I had 7 movies lined up to shoot this year for Hallmark Channel. I've shot 1.5 of those so far. And so we're talking about that, and it's the unanswered question. None of us know, but the more I talk to people, they seem to think that the entertainment industry may be one of the industries that comes back last.
Yeah.
Because of the proximity, because of the intimacy, people are working in very tight quarters. And especially if you're on camera and you have a relationship on camera, you're hugging, you're kissing, you're touching, like all kinds of things. And so I don't know. Do I worry about it? Of course I do. Don't work, don't get paid. That's the boat all of us are in. And so it's nerve-wracking, but I hope it does come back soon. I don't know why I kind of have like September on the brain, that maybe we could start shooting again in September. I don't know. And I don't know how it's going to be different. I don't know how it will look going from here on out.
Yeah, and it's crazy because first of all, we at AfterBuzz TV produce after shows for every TV show. We cover Hallmark, and we have a Christmas 24/7 channel because we love Christmas. My husband won't survive without the Hallmark movies for Christmas. Like literally it's his life. But I also realized there was an article that was trending yesterday about how dirty Hollywood sets are and how people have been worried about diseases and illnesses for so long because it's just not clean. And I'm thinking about it now and I'm like, yeah, like sets never get cleaned. They just don't get cleaned.
No, they really don't. It's pretty gross. Even dressing rooms, it's like whether you're on a sound stage in a dressing room, sure, they might get vacuumed, but that's about it. It's our job to go in with dust cleaner and Windex and wipe it down, at least for the shows that I have been on and the trailers that we use. So it is true. I don't want to even think about how dirty they are.
Wait, I have a crazy story that just came to mind. So I'll never forget. I was at E. Who cares? I was at E. And I'm in my dressing room, and I had a really nice dressing room. Whatever, my boots and stuff were in like the bathroom because we didn't use the shower part of the dressing room. Mm-hmm. And I went to try on these boots one day. And I put the boot on because they were actually new. And so my stylist had brought them in for me to try on. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't really like these. I go to take it off and something crawls up. And it was a huge cockroach. Climbed up my leg, jumped out of the knee-high boot. I screamed so loud, editors heard me down a hall in an edit bay. Everyone came running thinking someone was murdered. And it was me and a cockroach. Oh my God. I don't know why that story just came to my brain, but
so awesome.
Do you have anything to top that since we're on it?
No, thankfully I don't.
No cockroaches in your food?
No cockroaches in my food. I bring my own food, I'll be honest.
You do? You bring your own food to set?
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Because especially when I'm working on a film, it's usually catered from a catering truck. And I'm sure many of them are great and wonderful, but I do have a sensitive digestive system. And I'll be honest, I don't want to eat something that's going to upset my stomach and then I'm going to have gas or burp or whatever when I'm acting this close with another actor.
Yeah.
So I bring my own food because I don't know what they cook it in or what oils they use, and so every day I bring my own food so I know that I am not going to have any issues.
Wow. I love it. I hope your co-stars are grateful for your consideration. You also have the final season of Fuller House coming up. What can people expect?
We do, and we are announcing that date very, very soon when it's going to come out on Netflix. People have been asking so often, and it's the last 9 episodes of the series, and it's really special. Everyone's going to get a wedding. You are for sure going to get a wedding, and it's the build up. So it's a wonderful ending. I actually haven't seen it myself. I haven't seen the last 9 episodes, and they wouldn't release them for us to see via computer because they're like afraid of it getting out. And now with the quarantine, I can't go into Warner Brothers and go watch them. So I'm kind of dying. I can't wait until they are released so I can see them too.
Oh, we'll have to do like a maybe like a live finale event with you guys because we do a lot of those for AfterBuzz.
Oh yeah,
that would be fun to have you
great.
guys.
I'm sure we plan to get together to watch them when they're released. So
okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll have to do
we'll talk
it.
about it. Yeah,
that would be fun. So you're also doing this massive benefit concert, Hope Rising COVID-19 benefit concert, featuring some of the biggest Christian artists. Tell me about how this came together.
Well, we had watched some of the other concerts that have been airing on television. There was one a few weeks ago. And while it was wonderful and the artists were incredible, really felt from our perspective that there was one major thing missing. And to us, that is the source of true hope and true strength. And it's God. And so I say we because my brother and I have put this together, and we wanted to do a benefit concert that would have words of real depth and meaning, and so encouraging and worship songs and artists and speakers that would also have hope, like true messages of hope from God. Because I'm a Christian, and I'm very outspoken about my faith, and I love sharing it with people. And I've never ever had more people asking me questions as they have in the last month. And I have written books and devotionals and have a special devotional Bible. And the amount of people that are wanting this kind of information and this sort of relationship, people that maybe have been in the faith all their life, or people that are like, you know what, I don't know what's out there. I don't know if I believe in God, but I want some answers. They're seeking. And so I am so thrilled to be a source for people for some answers. And this is where the benefit concert really, why it came about, because people are hungry, and people don't just want fluff. They want something that has meaning and depth and will carry them through, because right now we don't know what tomorrow is going to look like. The new normal has changed, and how do we figure that out? And for me, I get through all of this, the good times and the hard times, is with my relationship with God, because I look to the Bible for answers that gives me truth and honesty and hope and encouragement.
What is that encouragement or hope or something from the Bible that can give answers to what we're dealing with now? Like if someone comes to you and is like, why is this happening, Candace? What is your response? From a Christian perspective.
A big, huge question on me.
Yes. I know you can answer it. That's why I'm asking.
Well, why is this happening? You know what? There's lots of questions that we're never going to know the answers to, because God is all knowing. And we will not know until we get to heaven and can ask him. But God, we're not robots. God doesn't force anyone to believe in him. And we have the right to make any decision that we want to. And God says, I'm here and I love you and I'm waiting for you. And I allow these things to happen. He's like, I'm not making them happen, but I allow them to happen because I give you the choice of how you want to handle it and how you want to deal with it. But I'm here for you. And if you want to know what I say about this and give you my actual strength, God gives us the fruit of his spirit. The fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And God says, you as human, like your human nature may not have those things, but I have those things and I will give them to you. If you come to me and you ask me, I give it to you freely.
I love that. You're so cute. I love it. You're like, there we go. It's important to have faith, I believe, in something. And, you know, I was sharing earlier, I have my nightly prayer regimen that, you know, will shift at times. Like now I'm focusing on praying for, you know, everyone who's putting themselves at risk and for a swift resolution to this. And, you know, I pray every night. I pray throughout the day too, but I have a very strict every evening prayer situation. And I think that a concert like this is really important. You know, even just seeing Andrea Bocelli performing and singing from an empty church, it's so helpful to people to hold on to something, and it's helpful. What are your kind of daily practices, Cameron? Candace. I don't know why I just went Cameron. I'm thinking of your last name for some reason.
I get that all the time.
Do people call you by your middle name?
Well, that's my maiden name, Cameron. So.
Oh yeah.
My middle name.
Yeah.
It's my maiden name.
Got it.
But then when I got married, I added the Bure.
Bure. Yeah. I forgot.
Then I didn't want to take the Cameron away because I've been acting since I was 5 years old.
I know.
So everyone knows me.
I didn't get rid of my last name when I got married either. Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's her middle. Why am I calling her by her middle name? But I forgot. Sorry,
It's okay.
I'm losing it.
It happens all the time. What are my daily practices?
Yeah.
That was the question. Well, like you, I love praying too, and pray morning and evening, but I pray throughout the day, and that's just a little more random because I'm always just talking to God throughout the day. And I read my Bible daily, and I have a Bible study group that I do online with a few girlfriends, and we pick scripture that we're reading and we go through it and we talk about it. And then sometimes I'm in a formal Bible study. It depends on the season of my life or the year or what my schedule looks like. That's why for me, doing a Bible study online works very well because it doesn't matter where I'm at. And, you know, those are really my daily practices. It's all about just being in the Word and my prayer life, and then trying to fill my mind with good and positive things. And I like to watch everything and listen to everything just like everyone else does. I'm not only like, oh, I'll only listen to Christian content or only listen to Christian music. That's not who I am. I love all things, but those are really important for me. And I know that especially when times are trying, it's important for me to fill my mind with truth and not things that are going to make me wallow in even more or get deeper into even a depression by listening to depressing songs or depressing music. I want things that are going to lift me up out of that. And so I know worship music will do that. And I love worship music and contemporary Christian music. It's just constantly on at my house or in my car.
What's it been like for you not going to church? Like, do you go to church often during non-quarantine times?
Yeah, we go to church every Sunday when I'm home, and we go as a family, and I love it. I'll be honest, like, my husband's going to hate me for saying this, but we're usually late, and it drives me insane, and I'm not blaming him.
No, never.
But sometimes I feel like, you know, we stop and get a coffee, or we're just like cruising along, and I'm like, because I don't like missing any of the worship music.
Yeah.
And, that might not be like some of my family's favorite part. It's my favorite part. So anyway, the great thing about worshiping at home and going to church online is we just airplay it onto our big screen at TV. We don't have to get dressed. There's
no
like, no one
fights.
has to be late. There's no fighting. There's no nothing. We're just like making coffee. And I just get to calm down and relax, because if someone wants coffee, they can get up while we're watching it in the kitchen. It's all right there.
I love
so
it.
I'm actually like calmer watching the services online. I don't get as uppity about things not being.
You just gave me a flashback to growing up, and we fought. This is the saddest part, right? We go to church for like a good thing, and we fought every friggin' Sunday. My brother would make us late every Sunday. He couldn't figure out what to wear. It was a disaster every Sunday. And I just remember that too. And when he came out to visit like a year ago, we all fought going to church. And I'm like, this is it. I'm never getting in a car with you guys again. We will drive to church separately. Like, we are not doing this. Isn't that messed up?
It totally is. I know. There's some great memes about that, like fighting in the car on the way to church.
Really?
And then, some people have done it. Some really hysterical memes.
That's so funny. I'm going to look those up.
And TikTok and everything. Yeah.
I also was saying to my parents yesterday, because we're Greek Orthodox, and we receive communion, and the way we receive communion is the same spoon. They dip it into the chalice, and we all drink from the same spoon. I go, I think communion's going to forever change. I don't know how they're going to go back to that.
I don't either. Yeah, churches do it different ways, and even a lot of like Catholic churches will have it out of the one chalice, and they just kind of wipe off the edge as you go through. At our church, and I go to a non-denominational church, but they have individual cups that are plastic, and they just get recycled or thrown away after, and individual little crackers or pieces. Yeah, they're like teeny tiny crackers.
Yeah.
But still, the hands all have to go in there. So I don't know how they're gonna. They might have to put them in little individual Dixie cups.
I know.
And then pass it around.
It's
but
crazy.
We've been doing communion at home, and we just leave a little extra wine from dinner the night before. And then I've got my wine in the morning, just a little baby, and then little bits of bread, and it's just the meaning that counts, right? Not the
exactly.
It doesn't have to be the exact element. So
exactly.
Whatever works.
Yeah, it will all shift, I think. So the concert, tell me where people can see it and when.
It is going to be on this Sunday, April 19th. You can go to hoperising.live, and it will be streaming through Facebook, but you don't have to have an account. And please, come and tell everyone, share this with everyone on your feed. This is really a grassroots effort that we've put this concert together, because I will tell you, we had a network that was going to air it, and they pulled out.
No way.
Of it, and we went to several networks, and because it's faith content, although we all believe that this is what everyone's wanting and needing, networks get scared of too much faith content, and so we were told no, and so we have now put this on Facebook Live for everyone to view, and it really will give you so much hope, and you will love it, and your kids will love it, you'll love it, grandparents will love it. It's just so uplifting, and I hope that you'll share it, so the word will get around, and you can tune in this Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, we'll also include a link in the summary of our show so that people can access it easily. Your brother, tell me, he's doing this with you, right?
Yeah, so this was actually his idea, and then he called me and said, can you help me? Do you want to be a part of this? And I said, yes, absolutely. And that's when we started reaching out to all of our friends in contemporary Christian music. And we have had amazing people behind it working on this, but my brother and I have produced it together.
That's so cool. Have you guys produced together before?
No, never. We actually joked. We were talking yesterday, and we both said, I think we've talked we've talked more in the past 2 weeks than we have in the last 2 years.
Just because of your busy lives, huh?
Because of our busy lives. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Does he live in California as well?
He does.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I remember watching him growing up and having such a crush on him. It's hilarious. I'm sure you hear that from everybody around my
I hear
age.
it. Yes, I do.
But it's hilarious. And it's hilarious. Like, I always find it so fascinating. Like, I'm talking to you, but I grew up with you, watching you too. Like, it's bananas to me.
I know. It is kind of an odd thing, but I feel like social media today makes it that way for all of us now. I've in embarrassing ways, I have gone up to some actors thinking that I legitimately know them because I worked with them, and I haven't. I just follow them on social media and I love them. So I'm like, hey, oh, I don't really know you.
I
And it's
know.
very embarrassing.
It's really funny. Like, it's part of it's interesting, but that's, they always say the small screen, you feel more connected to people.
Yeah.
Because they're in your living room. So like I grew up with, 90210 and all that. And my neighbors are all people that I grew up watching. Like I was a poor Greek girl in Medford, Massachusetts. And then you're always like, wait, now I'm talking to them. It's the most surreal thing ever. But but I'm really glad you guys are doing this. My mom is gonna love it. We're all gonna watch it. And thanks for coming on and chatting. You're such a delight always.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot. And we're all going to get through it together.
We will.
All of this, the new norm.
We will.
Thank you.
Of course. You have an amazing day, and
You too.
and keep holding all this positive space for everybody. We need as much of your light as possible, Candace. So thank you for joining us, and we will get in touch with you for the Fuller House events for AfterBuzz.
Oh, yes.
It'll be fun.
Please do.
We will.
Thanks, Maria.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.
So cool. Oh my gosh, my back. Oh, she's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Right?
Just a good attitude.
She's just got such light, like genuine light. I really, really like her, and I really like what they're doing, and we will support and make sure everyone's getting to hear about the Hope Rising COVID-19 benefit concert.
I really appreciate. I'm someone whose faith is important to me as well, but I sometimes look at other Christians, and I feel like rather than offering an invitation, they kind of offer an obligation or force something on you. And I feel like Candace does a really good job of sharing what she believes and inviting you in, but not making you feel obligated or forced to subscribe to anything that she believes. She's just offering an invitation,
I would just say, like, when you see somebody like her and she's embraced her faith so much, and like, I feel like everyone who is really faithful, generally, this is a generalization, they're pretty positive people. So maybe they've got something that we should know, right? It doesn't mean it has to be one faith over the other. I think, just faith in general helps carry people through, like she said, through the good and the bad. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, I had a little brain fart. Like,
No, you
Cameron,
didn't.
why would I call her Cameron?
I think it's easy. It's, you got 3 names going on.
Yeah.
It's a lot of names to have going
It's
on.
a cool name, Candace
Is a
Cameron
good-
Bure. Kevin
It's one
really
of those
will die
things,
without
too.
Hallmark movies, by the way.
I know. I don't know how he's going to survive.
Honestly, I don't know either.
I don't think our fans have gotten the real promotion for the Christmas 24/7 channel,
Oh
Maria.
my God.
Could you spend the next 5 minutes telling us about it, please?
No.
Wait. Why would we have that happen when really we have Jeffrey Crane Graham, who's one of the leading voices of the Christmas 24/7
There
channel,
you go.
right here. Jeff, tell us about the Christmas 24/7.
Yeah, you tell us.
I will plug it quick because I'm sure we have a lot of Candace fans who will be either watching us live or finding this video in the next couple weeks. And we do, Maria's network AfterBuzz TV, which Stephen and I also produce for. We cover everything on TV, including all of your Hallmark wonderful loveliness. And specifically last year, Kevin launched the Christmas 24/7 network at AfterBuzz TV, which is, believe it or not, a podcast network devoted to all things Christmas all the time. Some of our Hallmark coverage airs there, and some of it airs exclusively on AfterBuzz TV. But if you search Hallmark AfterBuzz, you'll find all of our Hallmark stuff. And I will say, the company sent me to Christmas Con this year, which was incredible. So I was there and I got to interview some of the most incredible Hallmark people. I got some hilarious man on the street interviews. And if you need to pick me up and you like that positivity and light, definitely check out our Christmas 24/7 network.
Guys, I'm so glad you just did that because I've been hearing helicopters above the house like crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on outside? So I decided to check my texts and my neighborhood group. Someone just tried to break into my neighbor's house while they're all home, hopped the fence to my other neighbor's house, which is like a couple houses down from mine. And yeah, so perfect. There are cops all over the street right now. Let's go give them some snacks. Thank
Well,
you for
here's
your
the good
service.
This Thursday, we have Evie Pomporis on, who can give us all the strategies we need to defend ourselves, which will be great.
Her new book is called Becoming Bulletproof. And yeah, we definitely are going to probably see a surge in crime. And it is important. I guess they got the person, he's in custody. Otherwise, I would be shutting down this show right now and running out to tell my entire family to watch out and maybe look in my yard and maybe let Max out to eat him. What? So yeah, very scary times. Anyhow, I think I'm eagerly looking forward to the press conference that they're going to have at noon here in California to let us know about the coalition that they're forming with, I think it's Oregon and Washington, right?
And Oregon, Washington, and California, yes.
Yeah, and
on
I
the
know
West
New
Coast.
York is creating a coalition over there to figure out how to safely reopen the country and deciding on the when of it all. Couple quick things. One, when you see our new intro to the show, you see Meghan Trainor. And I just remembered when the show started that Meghan Trainor did an episode with us literally the day before we were all quarantined.
Yeah.
So I don't think a lot of people got to hear that episode. So if you haven't listened to the Meghan episode, it was great. It was like total girl time. She is so honest and, forward and fun. So definitely a good little listen there. And then I also want to promote upcoming next Thursday, we'll have Tony Robbins on the show. And I've been really excited to have him on the show to share a lot with everybody. And for me, it's going to cover everything from how to survive and thrive, how to, understand the markets and the financial ends of all of this, and tangible tools. And I'm working with his team for some amazing giveaways for you guys. And so if you haven't officially subscribed to the show, subscribe, tell your friends who could potentially be interested in the giveaways that we're going to do with Tony. They're going to be really, really great. So definitely do that. And I think that's it. I'm going to go figure out what the hell's happening in the neighborhood. I am the leader of the Neighborhood Watch, so the fact that I'm not a part of this right now isn't good. But thank you guys, as always, for joining us. If you would do us the kindness of rating, commenting, subscribing, let people know about our show, help us be our PR machine and share this with everybody so that they know that they can come here Monday through Thursdays for an hour of sanity and positivity. And yeah, that's it. Follow us at Maria Menounos, at Candace C. Bure, at Stephen Lemieux Photo, at Jeff Crane Graham. And remember, be nice people, make good choices, and be present.